Hey y'all, how's it going? I was gonna do a back and forth commentary and make it like a fashion show, but I decided to just talk a little bit about the shirts and the anime so y'all can get to know a little bit more about me. Bleach is one of my favorite anime. Thousand Year Blood War has been amazing. Bleach got me back into anime in high school. I started watching Bleach weekly when I was in high school. Next up we have Attack on Titan. It's also one of my favorite anime of all time. The first season I wasn't that into, but because I'm big into politics, I majored in politics. When I got into politics and Attack on Titan, I got really into it. Fairy Tail was one of my favorites when it first started. It didn't end all that great. Still a pretty good anime. I can't wait for the new stuff to come out. Was it the 100-Year Journey or whatever? Can't wait for that. Next up is a Pokemon shirt, and y'all already know how important Pokemon is to me. Y'all have done so much for me and everything, and I owe a lot of that to the fact that Pokemon is a game that I play on the channel. Next up we have Dr. Stone. It's something I want to rewatch with my best friend, but I can't wait for season 3. I've recently watched it only a few months ago. I love how they get into science and stuff because I love thinking that way. I love the type of shows they get into and explain other things the way he explains science and stuff in it. Okay, I bought this shirt at AWA. I didn't realize it was from the movie. I thought it was from the show. I like the show. Haven't seen the movie yet. Am waiting on a season 2 of the show. I know it's not going to happen, but next up we have, unfortunately, Seven Deadly Sins. Starts out really good, goes downhill from there, and then plummets in the last season. I did not like the last season at all, but hopefully, because they're bringing back for more, hopefully it becomes good again. Next up we have a really dark humor shirt. It's a little bit from Dragon Ball Z, but it's characters from Full Metal Alchemist. If you get it, you understand why that's kind of messed up, but I find it really funny. But FMAB is one of my favorite anime. I love how much storytelling and stuff they do in the few episodes that they do. It's definitely up there in my top, probably 3 at least of all time. Yu Yu Hakusho is also up there, if not my favorite of all time. Yu Yu Hakusho was one of the first anime I started watching regularly when I was a young kid in elementary school. I used to get home from school and watch Toonami, and Yu Yu Hakusho was my favorite of those Toonami shows, and it's still one of my favorite anime today. But I would watch Yu Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin, Batman Begins, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, everything that came on Toonami. But Yu Yu Hakusho is the one I look forward to the most. Next up we have Fire Force. I watched that a few months ago. I couldn't find the shirt at AWA, so I had to order one because I really wanted to get one. I really was enjoying Fire Force, even though there's some downsides to it. Everybody that's watched it knows what they are, but it's pretty good. I do enjoy it. Next up we have JoJo's, but from Stardust Crusaders, because that's the only season I've liked so far. I am not finished with it yet, so hopefully there's more that I enjoy coming up in the future, but so far that's the only season I actually liked at all. Next up we have Soul Eater. This one was really big for me when I watched it. It was one of the first anime I watched like within a few weeks. Just binged it. The only problem is they ended the anime before the manga, so it's like not quite the same, and I'm sad because I want to get the full story and I don't want to read the manga really. Here we have Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. Gojo is one of my favorite anime characters, and Jujutsu Kaisen is probably my favorite of all the I would say modern anime, unless you count Attack on Titan, but yeah, it's up there at least. This is from Demon Slayer. Don't know why I hopped with that shirt on. That was a bad idea, especially with my stomach bouncing up and down. Demon Slayer is pretty good. I love the anime. I love the fight scenes, even though I do feel like the story's a little but I did really enjoy Demon Slayer. I haven't watched season 2 yet. I haven't been watching much of anime lately. I've been into other stuff and watching a lot of shows with my friend instead of a lot on my own. And another Demon Slayer shirt here, but I do want to watch season 2 soon. Hopefully I'll get more time to watch some more anime soon. Maybe I'll figure out a better way to watch it on the second monitor while I'm doing stuff on the computer. Oh, just saying, that shirt's really bright. But here's Dragon Ball Z. I mentioned it earlier. I used to come home from school and watch all that stuff on Toonami. I watched Dragon Ball Z. I watched it all. I love Dragon Ball Z, probably not as much as other people. It's not one of my favorite anime of all time, but it's one of the ones that I used to watch regularly when I was younger. Like I said, it wasn't my favorite, but I did really enjoy it back then. Next up we have Hunter x Hunter, which isn't top 5 for me all time, probably top 10. But so it's not one of my favorites, but it's up there. But it's probably the most important anime all time to me. My current best friend and I, when we first started talking to each other and started texting back and forth, we mainly just texted back and forth for the first few weeks about Hunter x Hunter. So it holds a really important place in my heart, and it's obviously had probably the most influence of any anime, even if just for that reason of any anime for me. So don't know what that jiggle was. My stomach was jiggling. But next up we have One Piece. I watched this on 4Kids when I was a kid in the 90s. I love the intro song on 4Kids. The rest of 4Kids, I'll admit, sucks, but it was still enough that got me into One Piece a lot. And it's one of the ones that got me back into anime when I was in college. I was like, well, I used to love One Piece when I was younger, so I looked up One Piece to be able to watch it again. I wanted to watch One Piece, March and Awakens Romance, and Shaman King, because those were ones I was really into as a kid that I know weren't like the big popular ones back then, but that's when I actually really got into anime. So One Piece is a big part of why I still watch anime today and why I'm so into it. Well, I hope you all enjoyed seeing all the shirts and me doing weird stuff the whole time. Thank you all so much.